All right. Well, it's been quite a week.
Yeah, sure has.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about this episode. And first and foremost, I'd like to welcome our listeners to our newest installment of Sisterly Frights. Again, I have to say thank you to those of you who are supporting us and who have followed us, and I hope that you are enjoying our content. Again, we're only going up from here. So if you haven't followed us yet, let's start off by just introducing ourselves. My name is Rebecca, and this is Erinn, or Becki, whatever you want to call me is fine. We are just horror enthusiasts. We are here, we have formed Sisterly Frights to talk about horror from mostly a woman's perspective, but we have some really fun guests up our sleeves going into the Halloween season. So I'm excited to share, and there'll be some honorary sisters.
Yes.
Not always ladies per se. But anyway, we are here to talk about horror and all that fun stuff. This week, we are going to be talking about a couple of things. First and foremost, I am so giddy.
Yes.
I cannot wait. I am sitting here literally vibrating with happiness because all I want to do is talk about Dragula.
Yes, Dragula.
I am a huge fan of the Boulets. I have been a huge fan of the Boulets for many years now. I had the great honor of meeting them and meeting some of the people from the Dragula camp. We'll talk about my experience because I think that's really relevant for this episode. First, though, we're gonna give you a little appetizer, a little something to start with.
About something
that is unrelated to Dragula. We decided to go ahead and review the movie Night of the Reaper, which has literally just been launched streaming on Shudder. We decided to go ahead and just do something a little different. Instead of like an established film, we decided to go ahead and watch one of these little indie horror films because Shudder is so good for this.
Yeah. That's what we love it for, really.
I have to say this. I gotta geek out over this for a second. To me, Shudder is the best streaming service, period.
Yeah.
I think it's the most diverse streaming service.
Streaming service. Hey!
You're welcome, Shudder.
Yeah.
You're welcome. It is so fantastic because it gives, like, queer and LGBTQ, people of color, all these wonderful filmmakers that I think we wouldn't be able to see on mainstream
Hollywood.
Yeah, not the mainstream streaming services or the big production companies. We're getting to see a lot of these unrated films that were never in wide release, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, same.
And even if the movie itself I'm not a huge fan of, I can certainly appreciate where they're coming from. So tonight we are talking about Night of the Reaper. This would be Brandon Christensen's film. He both directed and wrote it. Co-wrote it with who we think might be his brother.
Right, they have the same last names.
Yeah, Ryan Christensen.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Max, the little boy in the movie, his real name is Max, and he's also a Christensen.
Right.
So it sounds a lot like a family affair.
Yeah.
So, Erinn, do you want to give us a little synopsis of Night of the Reaper?
So, also, as the fun police, as the hater on the show, I would like to tell everybody that even if I don't particularly like this movie, I do not want to discourage these people from continuing to make movies. I think art in general is a muscle. You got to keep working it out to be better, okay? So
tell us again how you have to work out your muscle.
Right. So I'll give a synopsis of the movie as kindly as I can. I don't know if I'll get through it without.
Try real hard.
I'm trying really hard. I'm trying.
She's got her 90 pages of notes.
I didn't even take notes on this one. That's how much I really did not have fun through the experience.
Did you
of
even take notes
it.
about? I don't know if any of you guys listened to the last episode about when she rants about The Conjuring for like...
Oh, I did not take notes on The Conjuring. I didn't need to. Yeah. It was late. The hate was lasered into the front of my brain. I mean, I don't remember most of the movie, but whatever. We'll call it the effect of the black mold. Yes. Yeah, I have now forgotten. Anyways, so for Night of the Reaper, this is pretty much a Scream type of movie. That's exactly what it reminds me of, where you have... these like young, like late teens, early 20s, like group of kids who are, dealing with this murder, that has happened in their town. And you also kind of like Stranger Thingies, where you have like the sheriff and his wife has died and he's got like one kid or whatever, But it starts off the movie. It's set in what I'm assuming is the 70s, early 80s. I mean, it has to be 80s because she's watching MTV.
Yeah.
So it's set in the 80s.
Definitely 80s.
And she's babysitting and she's smoking cigarettes and dancing around the house and listening to her rock and roll music. And all of a sudden, she does get murdered. And we see her murder later through a VHS tape, very on brand. This is one of those things where they kind of really try and soak you in that era, and I think they did a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, I would agree.
All of the props are very, accurate, whatever. And so she gets murdered. The next thing you know, we're looking at some other young girl, and everyone's talking about how excited that she's back in town. She's been gone, and you're wondering, the whole time you're just thinking, gosh, why is everybody so happy and so worried about this girl? And she walks in to see her dad, and her dad's like comatose, right? Something's wrong with him. So that right there already tells you, all right, either she's related to this girl, or maybe the kids that were also murdered were maybe her siblings or something, right? Obviously, we know she's connected to it. And then she starts talking to somebody, and she says that she changed her... Oh, she's talking to the pharmacist. She tells the pharmacist, I changed my major to criminology. Oh, great. Yeah. All right, now I already know. Thank you, guys. I understand that most people don't catch foreshadowing, but if you're a horror lover, that's the first thing you're looking out for when it comes to a murder mystery is foreshadowing. All right, so I already know she's up to something. And then, the cop or the sheriff or whoever he is led on a what would you call that? A goose chase with, these VHSs and these letters that are being written to him. And then we find out what is she? Like a park ranger? Who the hell? She like scrapes up dead dogs off the...
She loves roadkill.
Roadkill.
And she was real sad about the puppy.
Yeah.
And of course there's the pattern of seeing the dead
the dead dogs and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember. She's maybe a cop, we'll just say.
I think she was a ranger of some sort.
Something, yeah. She's got a circle hat on.
Unimportant.
Yeah.
Like it...
You see her briefly.
I guess it's important later, but...
Right. And I guess because you see her buying VHS tapes in the store, I guess that's kind of important, whatever.
Do you think that is the plot being spoon-fed?
Like they don't... 1,000%. They think I'm too dumb.
Us enough to get it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I felt that.
So it ends up being the main character who's actually sending the sheriff on this goose chase because she, as the criminology major and all of her years of experience in criminology, has learned that it's actually this park ranger who killed the babysitter who is revealed at the end of us revealed to us at the end that is her sister.
Yes.
And that's why her dad's all sad and everybody's so worried about her. Yeah. The kills are boring except for one. Do you want to guess which kill I'm going to say is not boring?
I'm going to stop you real here. So we've gone way past synopsis.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So do you want? I mean, just keep telling us.
Well, what kill do you think is the only one that I think is not boring?
It's the only one that I remember.
What is it?
Because the guy getting his
head blown off. Right.
Yeah.
And you know it's coming because you see the contents of the backpack.
Yeah.
Right? She calls and reports a bomb, that there's been a bomb left at some place, right? So that the cops are going somewhere else.
I would say that up to that point, that was the most exciting thing.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like, I knew it was coming the moment he was going to click. I said, well, now that's going to be the bomb, right? Because you've already put the word bomb into my mind, and I saw all the cases for this walkie-talkie in your backpack that you said was a bomb. Yeah. So now I know this is going to be a fucking bomb. Now, was I expecting it to be that cool? Right? It looked pretty good. I liked that. That's fine. Mm-hmm. And then the sheriff gets roped into it, and they kill her together or something. I don't remember really at the end of it. Right. But they stage it. They stage it like she had killed her accomplice, which is like some like grungy metalhead kid. Like
and okay, so backing up a little bit. So let's break this down a little bit. So the synopsis is basically just a babysitter that gets killed. Oh, yeah. It's a guy or a girl. We don't know who the murderer is, and they're filming it on VHS, obviously. The little girl that gets killed was babysitting. Her sister now comes back with a vengeance from college. She comes back from college, and that's it. So now the older sister. Mm-hmm. Who has come back from college now, is finding out, who obviously already knows who the murderer is because she's done all the studying, Because she's a criminologist.
I know,
Erinn.
but you weren't even there. You weren't even in the town. How did you figure it out?
She's a criminologist.
Right.
She knows all about this stuff. So there already. There are big gaps in how in the there's not a lot of bridging between who this girl that we know now in present time is to the girl that was murdered. We listen, there's a lot of spoilers here. I get that there is supposed to be this big plot twist, right?
But there was no twist.
It's a big switcheroo, and now she's the killer.
She's the killer.
She's the killer of the killer,
right? Yeah,
right. And she's painted up in this skull makeup, whatever. That's the thing. But there's some things I have to mention. I have so many thoughts in my head. I can't get one out. One of the things that I really need to comment on is the actor who played the sheriff.
So cheesy.
I gotta say, I feel like this guy studied every sheriff, every Tom Skerritt 80s, 90s
1,000%
character. He walks around and talks like this, and he's down here.
Got a mustache.
Yeah, he's got a mustache, like a goat, beard and a mustache, and he's, my daughter. Bleh.
Very brooding.
I can't even do it without choking.
Yeah. Very brooding.
But it's that through the whole damn movie. I mean, this guy is so committed.
He's very committed to the bit.
And the other thing I love is how loosely fit his uniform is.
Oh, yeah.
His uniform looks like it might be a rental from, your local costume shop. And there's no hate. Listen,
that's fine.
I get it. If your movie is low budget and you got it, he probably brought it with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not even mad at it. I'm just saying, his character and the way he played it in that baggy outfit, I just can't.
It's hard to focus on the story when you're looking at a man in an outfit too big for him and he's growling at you.
And there always has to be, I guess, I don't know why this isn't. Listen, as someone who grew up in the 80s, who knows the 80s firsthand, I was there.
Yeah.
Why is there always some receptionist popping her bubble gum?
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
Why are they all trying to fuck him? He's not hot.
Who, the sheriff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
The underage girls that are now babysitting his daughter, or his, was it
son.
A daughter or son, whatever.
Max.
Oh, yeah, Max.
Yeah.
Okay, so these underage girls, well, not underage because one of them's college age, so they're probably about 18, 19.
Right, yeah. I guess the other one has a job there.
But
so
I guess this is an 80s thing too, but I gotta tell you, as a teenager in the 80s, I was not going after, making sexual comments about
the sheriff.
The sheriff wanting to sleep with him. I had a lot of babysitting.
There's an empty spot in his bed.
So gross. What? So gross.
I mean, it's a beautiful house.
Yeah, I guess. It's a weird house.
I think it's beautiful.
I think it was real weird. I think the house they shot in was very strange.
Maybe it's also different from the outside of it.
Yeah. And we could be looking at two different houses too.
True.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the set could have been, obviously, in movies like this, it's never a set, right?
Yeah.
I mean, well, I guess Terrifier was. Terrifier was a set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The bedroom scenes and stuff, those were all constructed
but
sets.
when you're looking at a bedroom versus the way that they're walking around the house consistently,
yeah.
The whole movie is just these follow shots of her walking around this house, and so it's a lot of just following. There's so much following in this movie.
There's a lot of following.
And it's constantly looking around the corner and looking off into the distance.
I will also tell you this. There are so many fake outs for jump scares.
Yeah, but nothing that pays off.
I will tell you that this movie is like the blue balls of horror movies.
Yeah,
It's like the blue balls of jump scares.
Yeah.
There's a lot of near misses. There's a lot of false starts, and nothing comes of it. They'll just cut away to something else. And that's the other thing. Something really interesting will be happening in a scene, and you're like, okay. She's playing hide and seek with that little boy,
I
whatever.
Love that. I was like, this is going to go somewhere good.
And then they just cut away to something else. And I'm like, wait a minute, you didn't even give me a chance to be scared.
Yeah.
And that was definitely problematic in the film. Overall, I don't want to spend too much more time talking about this movie. I will say, because we all know why I'm here today.
Yeah.
But I wanted to give, because we did watch it.
It's also featured on Shudder right now. When you open Shudder, it's the first thing that pops up.
Again, remember I've said this before about some of the horror movies we watch. I think that if you have kids, or if you're a young person and you're having a sleepover at Halloween time and you want something kind of scary and fun, It's harmless for the most part. There's not a lot of gore in this movie. No. There's just the one scene where a guy gets his head blown off.
Like, you don't even get to see him killing her on the tapes.
Yeah,
it's always him just holding the knife close to her.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's nothing, I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's a low-budget horror film. We love our low-budget horror film creators. We love that. I know that the Christensens, it looks like they have, like, a body of work already. And I'd like to go and review their other films. I have no problem with that. This is great potential. I mean,
yeah, it's got great potential.
You know what I mean? I'm hoping
it feels like, again, I said Scream at the beginning of what was supposed to be my synopsis.
But then there were like little bits of Silence of the Lambs in there, and little bits of, you know, definitely.
But when I think of Scream, it's because it's the mask and like the costume.
Oh, that too.
You know,
that's
I'm
the
like,
other
so
thing.
are
like,
we trying to make this marketable?
Right.
And that's fine. Like, obviously, people want to make their money, and like you want to create these characters that maybe people will like in the future. But for me, when I'm like, we have a black and white mask and a cloak guy already.
Exactly.
Let's do something different.
And this was so on the nose. Yeah. It's called Night of the Reaper, and the killer is dressed like the Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper.
And it's you know, a Spirit Halloween Grim Reaper outfit. So it just I wish I could say better things about it, because I went into it with fully an open mind and we're ready to be scared. Off the subject though, if you guys hear any weird noises in the background, my very large dog is next to us snoring, and if we put her in another room, she'll just bark. So you get to just hang out with us and Winifred.
She potentially has GERD, so she's a snorer.
Well, that, and she's just a big girl. So anyway, and she's a sister. She is a sister.
She is a member of this podcast.
There you go. Anyway, so
get to the meat and potatoes, dude.
3 out of 10.
Yeah.
For me, for Reaper, maybe 2.
Maybe. I'm like giving it about the same 2. Yeah. 2.5 maybe, if I'm being nice. I do think it's beautifully shot. I think that like the quality of the movie is really good. Excluding like the contents of the movie, you know what I mean?
I think there's too many. Whoever's editing this movie, we gotta put you in rehab, man. There's so many edits in this. There's so many cuts. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
So I just feel like it's, like I said, it's like the blue balls of horror movies.
It's edging you the whole time.
It's called Night of the Reaper, guys. It's streaming now on Shudder.
You might love it.
Yeah, you might like it.
Support them anyways.
Yeah, and then also tell us what you think.
Yeah.
If you have a different opinion, or if you saw something we didn't catch, or you guys want to talk about that, like, please make sure that you leave your comments on our Spotify, or you can leave our comments on our Instagram or our TikTok. So we'd love to hear from you. But yeah, that's Night of the Reaper.
All right, let's get to what we're doing here.
All right,
let's
kids.
Get to the important thing.
Now listen here. This is my comfort show. Dragula, the Boulet Brothers. Again, I have been a fan since season 1. Although I will tell you, let me back up. I actually cut my teeth on season 2, but I went back, watched season 1. So I'm a fan of season 1 because I love the rawness of it, and then I have been hooked ever since. It's just a phenomenal show, and if you guys are not familiar with what Dragula is, it is a drag competition show. Like Drag Race, however, it is horror themed, and it's more of alternative lifestyles and things like that. I would say that the Boulet Brothers were drag producers, drag managers, performers in the Hollywood area, where I'm from, by the way. I'm from West Hollywood originally. I've spent a lot of my childhood in West Hollywood, and even when we had kind of moved away from LA, during my adolescent years, I spent a lot of time in West Hollywood, coming back to West Hollywood to go to all the gay clubs and everything. And even though I am not gay, that was my chosen family.
Yeah.
I've always been kind of a weirdo and a little bit on the out. You know, I was a goth kid, and it just never went away.
Yeah.
And so everything about this show speaks to me.
Yeah.
And of course, later in my life, I became a professional makeup artist.
Right.
And I continue to be inspired by the talent that is featured on Dragula and the Boulet Brothers.
Yeah.
Like, anything that I'll be there. Anything you do. I am very sad that we missed the season 6 tour. We just couldn't make that happen this time. But hopefully, maybe in the next tour, we'll get to catch them. That'd be great. However, I was incredibly lucky to have met the Boulet Brothers Victoria, Dolly, and Landon Sider, all of them at Midsummer Scream.
Right.
And I was very fortunate to have that time. And actually, what I'll do is I can post those pictures on, and I have a little bit of a video too of Drac and Swan making their appearance at Midsummer Scream, just walking in, and that was like, exactly. Drac and Swan are indeed not brothers. They are romantic partners. And that have been together for many years, which also kind of warms my heart, my cold little gothy heart. So they just are perfect together. Yeah. They built this empire from literally nothing, and now it is this wonderful movement. There are 6 full seasons out. That's not including the little extras. We have Titans 1, and we have Resurrection. Those are 2 seasons that, Titans is kind of like Drag Race All-Stars, right? Yeah. And then we have Resurrection, which was actually shot, and it's so unique. It was shot during COVID, where they actually went to the performers' homes, and they were able to shoot them there. So they were safe from the COVID virus. And so that was a really interesting way to create that. It was almost like a mini Titans.
To be creative and under those circumstances,
And we'll talk. Wow, that was a big snore from the dog.
She is out cold, dude.
Everybody say hi to Winnie.
Let me tell you, she has to watch and listen to us talk about Dragula at least 2 or 3 times a week.
Oh my gosh.
So this is pure background noise for her to go to sleep.
Yeah. So Dragula, so it's a movement now. I think it's a culture now. And yes, I will say that I actually fell in love with Dragula long before Drag Race. And I know Drag Race has been around longer. Yeah. But what I will say is Drag Race was interesting to me because I love drag queens, and there's an immense amount of talent on Drag Race as well. I think I just can relate better to less polished and just more of this raw art. Yeah, and I am a special effects artist as well. And I actually made that my living for almost a decade as the lead artist of one of the largest haunts out here on the West Coast. And I just can relate so much to the stress and the artistry and the pressure, the guts, and all of it.
Slime,
it's just amazing. So let's talk about it. So what you're a fan of Dragula. How did you get started watching Dragula?
So I did go into it because of Dolly. I was very active on Twitter at the time, and there was this... Dolly, I love you. Sorry, buddy. But there was some outrage about him being platformed due to his prior band. He was in Blood on the Dance Floor, and as an emo kid, you knew all of the horrible things that I won't talk about here. That's not my business, and I love Dolly. And so there was a lot of outrage about him being platformed on this show. And it was called Dragula. I grew up watching Drag Race. I've always loved Drag Race, Fashion Runway. That's a hard one, fast. Yeah, I know. Fashion Runway, all of those like clothes making, like creative shows that just played on daytime television. That was my whole summer every year, you know? And so I was interested. I said, okay, well, you know, what is the show? I think it was on Netflix. I think the first season was on Netflix. Yes, it was. You're correct. And so I watched it, and I was all, whoa, this is awesome. Yeah. Oh my god, this is awesome. Yeah. And then I sat down and I watched all of it, and it made me not the outrage about Dolly being on there. I felt a little less. Now, he was kind of a dick.
So Dolly debuted in the 2nd season of Dragula. Yeah. And their drag was much different. Amazing.
And much different.
Much more female presenting, I want to say. Yeah. And was kind of an asshole. I will say that here's what I'll say about... I think Dolly is a complex character, although they're not really a character. That's a real person. Yeah. I will say that in the first one, I loved their drag. Yeah. I thought they were absolutely stunning, especially against Victoria. I thought Victoria and Dolly together were
crazy
like a
combo
force. Yeah, amazing. However, in the what they... I don't know if they called it the boudoir or the cauldron back then or whatever it was. I don't know. But... you know, those little scenes when they're getting ready and you're getting to know the people more, and they're having those more private conversations. I felt like Dolly, especially because I know Abora went in on Bitch Puddin'. Yeah. And then James Majesty went in on Bitch Puddin', and then they had that whole drama. And Dolly wasn't really a part of it, but boy, did she love to chime in on it.
Yes.
And I'm like, what are you?
Yeah, what are you doing,
what
dude?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then they had these very poignant moments where they came out. I didn't know this band that you're talking about prior to the show. I know Dolly only from Dragula. Yeah. And what I will say is that they had these very poignant moments in the second season where they started to tell their story about being HIV positive and getting very sick because they didn't have health insurance and all this stuff. And what a horrible thing to go through for anyone. And then they were talking about a lot of regret and about how they were forced into a lot of the stuff that they had done. And I'm assuming it's the stuff you're speaking to in this band that he was,
at least a little bit of it. Yeah.
So I don't know much about that. I only know Dolly from this. Yeah. And I know that Dolly felt pressure and decided to leave.
That's right.
The second season. Yeah. So they made a decision. And it sucks because they're a phenomenal artist. I still follow them on Instagram, and they still produce just look after look, you know? Sure. But that's just how I had heard about it, you know? And just this outrage over this one person on this show, which I guess benefited me, you know? Yeah. But yeah, I fell in love with it. I have watched every season. I will tell the listeners, I have like bird brain. I don't remember most things. Becki is like the all-keeper of Dragula. She knows everything. Like the walking Dragula. She is Dragulapedia. And so I have seen every season. I have not gone back to rewatch most of it. The only seasons I have rewatched, 5, 6, like the last 3 of them. And then I rewatched a little bit of Titans this morning just because it had been so long since I had seen it. Sure. And so, man, when I was watching, I was just getting so excited. You know, I forget how much I really enjoy it, and I forget how I get so excited every week, you know, like when it's happening. But I have such a short attention span, I just forget to like enjoy it later, you know? Right. And so, man, rewatching it this afternoon, at least a little bit of Titans, I was just like, oh, I can't wait. Yeah. I need it now, you know? Yeah. It's gotta come right, it's gotta happen right now. And you know, I get excited it's my thing every week again, you know? I get so excited. So the reason, and also, this is probably late announcing this, the reason why we're talking about Dragula this week is because Drac and Swan, the Boulet Brothers, they just announced the cast for Titans 2. Season 2. So we're getting a second season of Titans, and we were really excited about it. We watched the trailer. I just watched it again before we started, and we were going to watch it live, but and we can watch it all together if you want. But my point was, because we were going to go through the trailer and critique some of the new looks that we're seeing, and why we think this cast is good, and maybe we have some, not bad, but just like surprising. Yeah. Like, not disappointing, but like almost, it's not I'm not being let down. I think there's a big question mark over my head with some of the cast that was chosen. Why did we choose this? Yeah. But that's okay. I mean, obviously it's not our show. No, but and I'll watch it and have fun regardless. I'm going to watch it anyway, 100%. And it's not that I dislike these people. It's more so that I had my hopes up for different people. Sure. I was selfish and hoping that there were going to be some other artists on here that I would love to see again. So I'm going to talk a little bit about season 1 of Titans. On Titans 1, we see Victoria Black, the winner. We see Coco Kane. Yeah. We see Eva Destruction. We see Abora. Yes. And I can go through too and tell you. So Eva is from season 3. That's a very volatile season. Yes, I know that. Even Drac and Swan, if you guys listen to their podcast, Creatures of the Night, they actually just recently kind of went back through and talked about a lot of the seasons and were able to shine some light on some BTS for us on those seasons. Obviously, when you watch season 3, it is incredibly volatile. There's a lot of fighting. Yeah. There's a lot and they're also, you can really see how it's starting to evolve. Yeah. Right? So we have season 1, which I love. It's straight up John Waters. Yeah. It's straight up filth. Yeah, it's gross. And we know the 3 tenets of Dragula are filth, horror, and glamour. Yep. There's a lot of filth, I feel like, in season 1, but it's also like them getting their bearings. How are these challenges are going to work. How are these, like, you know, now there's fright feats, which have now been introduced later on in the show. But it's also really cool to see how punk rock these drag queens are. I mean, they are punk fucking rock. Yeah, there is no drag race queen. No. There's no cross. They're all just amazing.
They are almost
This
gross.
is like, it's fantastic to see it. And they're really the veterans that have helped create this Dragula culture. Yeah. And so one of the returning people in Titans 1 from season 1 was Melissa B. Fierce.
Yeah.
Love Melissa.
Love.
And we really got to see what she can do. I'm sad that she left on the terms that she left when she got upset and everything.
Just left.
And she just left, but because she was really turning it out. I think she really had a chance to be.
I agree.
And it's funny because I hadn't watched Titans 1 in a minute, and then I went back and watched it again. I'm like, fuck.
What were you thinking?
Melissa was amazing. Like I follow her on TikTok, and she's just cool. She's fucking cool. And I've caught a couple of her lives on TikTok, and she just seems like a really cool person. Yeah. But what a talent.
Yeah.
Man. What a
and
force.
I understand that these are, like, obviously incredibly high stress situations. Sure. So I don't want to judge these people by any means, because I could never do this. I'm a pansy. I could not.
no, me too. Yeah.
I'm a fainter. I can't do it, you know. So it was really disappointing to see her leave that way.
Yeah, I was sad because I just, as much as I can feel for whatever she was going through, breakups are terrible and all that's terrible, but I think we missed out on a lot of really good drag from her, and she's just Melissa B. Fierce. I mean, just so polished and beautiful and fierce. Yeah. So Coco Kane was another one. Let me tell you, Coco Kane is another one that I think, to me, I know that Victoria won Titans, but I really feel that this was Coco season. Yeah. And I love watching her. She's fucking hilarious. Yeah, there's a scene where like somebody's crying and it's this whole thing. Oh no. It's Hoso and Abora and the Astrid, their little love triangle thing, which is like whatever. But like Coco is like, they're all doing their like, oh I love you, blah 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 blah, blah thing. And Coco's just not even bothered. She's those giant tits on her tip, right? She can hardly move. And they're in the cauldron, and she's trying to like sip her drink. Yeah. And she drops her straw, and she has like 3 or 4 inch nails. She has like 3 or 4 inch like nails, and she's leaning over with these giant tits, trying to like pick up the straw off the floor that she took from her drink, that she dropped from her drink. And they're having this big dramatic moment, and she's all like worried about her straw, not even bothered, like trying to like struggle. And they keep showing her struggle to get the straw off the ground. I about died. I was like, I don't even give a shit. I don't even know. That's why I can't remember what happened else in the scene, is because Coco is so fucking funny.
Is Coco also the one who couldn't write?
Yeah,
she's like, what the fuck are we doing with quills? She like dips her fingernail into and then she goes, how do you spell Abora?
Yeah. So she's trying to vote Abora off the show. Yeah. And she can't write anything.
Yeah, because they hand her so long. Well, they hand them quills, like an actual quill.
Bullshit.
Right. So this is not going to work for me. She's just dipping the tip of her fingernail, and she's all with the A that she writes. Yeah, is so fucked up.
I know. Coco, to me, and then to see her in the final 3, was well deserved. But we all knew who was going to win that season, because Victoria's just fucking amazing. You know, and Victoria's one of the ones that I got to meet at Midsummer Scream, and what a lovely person. Yeah, she seems so sweet and kind. I met her in and out of drag, and she was so sweet and wonderful both ways. Also, there's something very poignant that she talks about at some point when she talks about her diagnosis with autism. Oh yeah, and I think that's interesting. I have someone very close to me that has been diagnosed with autism.
And it's not me, guys.
It's not Erinn.
It's not me.
But I don't want to just talk about that person outright, because I want to respect their privacy. Yeah. But what I will say is that it is very challenging. Yeah. And it's so inspiring to me for this person that I love so much, to see someone like Victoria find her niche and just thrive and be so successful at it. And now she's doing stuff for Universal, like Horror Nights and stuff.
Yeah, she's really made a career outside of Dragula too.
Yeah, you know? And I think it's so fucking awesome. Yeah. She is a She is so hardcore, and I just love her. But she also seems like, and also you can kind of see that in the show, or when she fights with people, or they dislike her, she like genuinely is like upset, like, oh my god, like I would never. And I do believe that she is a kind, sweet person. Genuine. That's what she seems like to me. I'm sure that she has her moments, like everybody else does. But the way that she kind of holds herself, and then the way I do believe that she is a knight. She seems like a very sweet person, and I'm very happy for her success. Another person I was very lucky to meet at Midsummer Scream was Landon Sider.
Right.
So let's talk about Landon for a minute. Now, Landon won that incredibly volatile season 3, and we were fighting through season 3. We have Eva Destruction. We've got the Hollow's Eve, who really went all. I mean, she just
all out.
She went all out, but she was fighting in every scene. Yeah. And then we have, of course, Priscilla Chambers, Dahlia Black. Yeah. Now, Priscilla Chambers and Dahlia Black we're both seeing in Titans 2. And I'm good with both of them. Yeah, honestly, I'm very excited. I'm excited to see what either one of them are bringing. Honestly,
I'm very excited for Dahlia.
Dahlia, yes. Now, I do believe that Dahlia was sort of painted as like a bitch in season 3, but honestly,
I like a bitch. Sorry,
I do too.
I'm a bitch, and I like a bitch.
I like a bitch.
When it's justified, I guess. But
not even when it's justified. I do like a bitch, but I think in Dahlia's case, she kind of came in and she's like, well, I'm Victoria Black's, I'm in the Black of the family, the House of Black, and I think it was hard for her to sort of separate herself. But by the end of that season, I was rooting for her. Yeah. And her drag, her was beautiful. Yeah.
And I felt like it continued to evolve while she was on the show and get better, in my opinion.
And some of the things that she was getting at, like her little, she's a big mouth. Yeah. But some of the stuff she was saying, I'd be like, yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. Like, Hollow was a lot. Yeah. Hollow was a lot. Everything was a cause. Yeah. And even though I 100% am with her cause. Yeah. I am with you, honey. You can wear your whole dress of maxi pads, which I thought was very cool, by the way. Cool, yeah, but I also understood what the Boulets were saying about her critique. Now, if you guys didn't see it, Hollow she had a whole corset made of maxi pads. Her whole outfit was made of maxi pads and tampons, and it was basically making trash into something beautiful, and it was a very feminist statement. And the Boulets were like, hey, we love it, we just feel like you just kind of stopped. Like it was like almost like a corset and underwear. Yeah. Like she had nothing on her legs. No. And so that was their biggest gripe, was like, hey, where's the rest of this? Yeah. You had such a great start to it. And then she's like, I wouldn't change anything. And the Boulets are very clear on how they judge. They say it every time. They say it every time, where we're not judging your drag. We're only judging your drag how it relates to this specific challenge, because drag is art and art is subjective. Right. And that is a very clear message that they send, which is very different from Drag Race. Now, Drag Race, I've watched recently. I've consumed a lot of Drag Race recently because I have a lot of catching up to do, because really I only watched the Trixie Mattel and Katya episodes. Yeah. But there's some, but you know what? We can talk about someone like Sharon Needles, who was competing on Drag Race because there wasn't a Dragula. Right. And I do believe that Sharon Needles would fit better. I don't know about all the challenges and stuff now,
but looks-wise, Sharon Needles
was the edgiest queen, I say, to come out of early Drag Race. And I feel like they are way more critical on Drag Race.
Yeah, it is cutthroat. Because it's Drag
Race. Michelle Visage is brutal sometimes. You know what I mean? She comments on their bodies. Everything. And the Boulets are actually quite lenient when you put it against that.
Oh, incredibly. If you were on Drag Race and you walked out without a breastplate, if you walked out there with no fucking titties, you're done.
Well, that too.
You were done.
Well, no, I mean, I've seen them come out in bare chests and like been more, but in more recent episodes.
I guess I
think they're more liberal now, but in early Drag Race,
there was no way.
It was so fucking brutal. Yeah. And I mean, I know, I think Boulet Titans was one of the ones that like walked out, no titties. Yeah, because they had a challenge where they were nude, I think. Oh. And so Boulet Titans, she came out, which I think she wound up being the winner of that season, but she came out in the buff, which I think was part of the challenge. And I remember Michelle Visage like commenting on Violet's body.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little boy body. It's a little twink body. And I'm like, whoa. Yeah. That would never fucking fly now. No. Like, that is crazy. That's wild to me. You know what I mean?
They're brutal.
They're really brutal. So when I look at the Boulets, yes, the challenges are much more. None of the drag race pageant queens could handle it. But also, they are more lenient and more fair in their judgment of the person, I think.
Yeah, the drag isn't traditional. That's the whole point of the show.
Well, it's not corporate.
Yeah, well, that too. I mean? Yeah, but
when you start corporatizing any art form,
right,
it starts to get a little
because
wonky.
RuPaul's RuPaul. Right? You know what his
right.
queens look like. You know what kind of person he produces.
Yeah.
And that is not these type of people, right? It's full glam, it's full queen,
right.
it's titty, ass, it's all of that, right? Versus Dragula, this is, like you said, it's not corporate, but also they send like a different message that I feel like drag is more accessible for everybody when it comes to Dragula and not just the queens.
Right. That's absolutely right. Yes, I mean, with Dragula, we have now seen our first drag kings compete in a drag competition on national television. And it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, Landon Sider is just, and we met her, like I said, at Midsummer Scream. I didn't, unfortunately, get to spend tons of time with him.
Yeah.
But what a lovely person.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell from his season and like how he's how he speaks highly of his wife and having cancer and just a force to be reckoned with,
Throb Zombie, that's the other king man that I love with my whole heart, dude. I love Throb so much.
Yeah, I follow Throb on Instagram and I really love their content. And they're like hypersexual and they're just, but the looks that they were turning out during their season. Now, if you guys are curious, Throb is another drag queen or drag king, pardon me, that was on season 5 and made the top 3.
Yeah,
was very close.
I thought
winning.
They were gonna win.
I really thought Throb was gonna win. Throb Zombie, and then there was another drag king on that same season named Jarvis Hammer. And let's talk about something really quick before I forget. We were watching the trailer for Titans 2, and we were looking at the initial looks for the drag competitors in Titans 2.
Yeah, which we'll talk about. We promise we'll get there.
Yes, we'll promise we'll get there. And I will say there is a direct connection for me from Jarvis to one of the competitors in the trailer, and we'll talk about that in a second.
You'll once you see it, you won't unsee it.
But I really think, going back to Throb Zombie not winning season 5, I kind of have to wonder, because I was watching it just today, the grand finale, and I was watching Neo Huru, and I was watching Throb, and Blackberry was on the top, and then of course Orgotic was also one of the competitors that made the top 4. Orgotic, I don't understand.
I like it. I like the look. My problem is, like we were talking about the last episode, I hate seeing the same thing over and over again. I don't like repetitive. I don't like people repeating themselves to me all the time. And with Orgotic, even though every look was really cool, I like the look. It's always the same. I like the message of turning trash and whatever, and you were poor, and I get it, and you use what you can in order to make, to make
I also
art.
really like his personality.
And he's so cute.
He was adorable.
Oh my gosh, just adorable.
And I do believe, and then when he was talking about his mother and how he wants to take his mom around the world, listen, I love it all.
But I'm tired of seeing that same fucking trash bag on your head.
Yeah. It was the whole season was a lot of liquid latex
and trash bags.
Yeah,
plastic bags.
And I get where he's going with it all.
Yeah, and I also really like it.
And I'm not the authority on drag, but I failed to see the drag in most of what they were producing.
Yeah.
Now, queer art is queer art, and I want to consume that, right? However, I just felt like, as a competitor, right? I think what he's doing as art is amazing, but as a competitor on the show, I just didn't feel like
a lot of it really missed the mark.
Yeah.
Unlike Throb Zombie.
Unlike
Throb, dude, they killed it almost every time.
Challenge, like, just out the door.
Yeah.
Even when they weren't doing phenomenally, it was still like, wow,
that's good. Yeah.
And
there was just somebody who maybe did better. It's so hard
too, because like every competitor, I'm going to tell you, even the least, the competitor that I would like the least in any season is still super
amazing.
elevated, phenomenal. So going back to season 5, I'm also thinking about JK was in season 5 as well. JK we're also seeing
in this one
in Titans 2. I don't understand that
one. And again, we'll go into all of their looks. They put out the trailer plus all the official photos.
And I will say this, JK in the trailer looks stunning.
But the photo
stunning
doesn't do it for me. That's JK's in the red and black latex thing, right?
No.
Or am I missing somebody?
Red and black latex, that sounds like Blackberry.
Maybe it was Blackberry. But yeah, JK was a shock to me too. And so Blackberry is in the red and black. Yeah. What the hell was I don't even remember what
JK is
what
is
JK
in this,
was
like
wearing.
Soft blue tuxedo dress.
And she's got braces. It's like
she's got headgear.
Yeah, whatever it is. It is, and I will say it is a really fun look.
Here's what I think.
It was just random.
In the trailer, I think she looks absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
I think JK looks the best she's ever looked in that trailer.
Yeah.
Her looks during Dragula during that season that she was competing in just didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
And
a lot of them fell very flat.
Yeah,
it was like missing something.
She got dinged, and actually everybody
told her that over and over again.
Through the coals
that she was boring.
Well, no, for wearing the cardboard.
Oh, that's
so
right,
in the beginning, she was supposed to be s'mores or something, and the she would have like a graham cracker or something on her head.
Yeah,
and it was just this cardboard flat thing, and the boulets were like, "Are you wearing cardboard on your head?" And so they dragged her for that the entire season.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was necessarily, although I remember her winning the ghost hotel, the haunted hotels, and I loved her look. You see the little bellhop with the little cabinet that she could open up.
Cute.
It was so cute.
That's right.
And she really performed very well. I just overall, I know she's a shit stirrer, and that could be why. Because
there's a lot of shit stirrers on this lineup.
And we will talk about that for sure.
I don't know if we needed another one.
But I'm actually interested to see like JK's brand of shit stirring against someone like Abora.
Right.
So let's get to that.
And Cynthia Doll.
Oh, I love Cynthia Doll
love
so
her,
much.
Dude. She's such a fucking weirdo.
So here, we're going to talk about... So I'm going to list all of the contestants for Titans Season 2. Number 1 is going to be Priscilla Chambers. She is from Season 3. I love Priscilla. I love also Disasterina, Season 2. Love to see Season 2. And Disasterina is just that.
Yeah,
I actually adore how the chaos of Disasterina... Yeah. Then we have Loris from Season 1.
Yeah.
And I believe Resurrection? I could be wrong about that.
I don't remember.
La Zavaleta, we saw also. The thing I remember most about La Zavaleta, that could be wrong too, is the chicken throwing.
I don't remember. When I saw the picture, I didn't really even recognize them. I'm sorry, La Zavaleta. Because I love your look.
Yeah.
Your look in this is fierce.
I don't understand Loris. Loris looks like, you know those candies that you get from your maybe not you because you're too young.
Uh-oh.
When we were kids, we'd go over to an old person's house and they would have these stripy candies in a jar. That's what Loris is.
I'm trying to look at it. What the
Loris's head reminds me, headdress reminds me of those stripy candies.
This. Yeah.
Oh no, she hates it.
Sorry, guys.
Priscilla, though. I love Priscilla's dress.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Let's get through the rest of the list. La Zavaleta.
Yeah, La Zavaleta.
Eva
Destruction. We've got Frankie Doom. We've got JK. We've got Abora. We'll get to that in a second. I love Abora. We've got Jaharia. I'm actually excited about Jaharia.
Me too. I am too. I agree.
J. Jolie, who is a crossover queen from Drag Race.
Drag Race, sorry.
Yep. And then we've got Cynthia Doll, who I adore. Woo-hoo. We have Dahlia Black, who I also I'm very excited.
Me too.
We've got Blackberry. And then hold on, before I even announce this one, I'm very excited. I'm like literally buzzing. It's Sigourney Beaver. Sigourney, in my mind, will always be a queen. She is perfection incarnate. I don't even know,
she's got the best look out of everybody on this whole, out of the whole trailer. I think it's
very on brand for
Sigourney.
Very on brand. Here's what I hope. Now, I love Sigourney Beaver, and she's actually from one of my favorite seasons of Dragula, which is season 4, because I love Hoso Teratoma.
Yes.
Oh my god. I love Hoso. Listen, I'm all over the place with this episode because there's so much. Because
there's so much to talk about, and we're all really excited.
I know. Well, here's also the thing, guys. We are creating a Dragula series, so when season 2 of Titans comes out, we will be having, recording some watch companions to the episode. So if you are Dragula fans and you guys really want us to talk about, or you guys want to talk about it, geek out with us, please join us during that time. We're also I'm going to try to have watch parties either on YouTube or TikTok where we can all watch it together live, and then you guys will be able to comment. I think we'll do it on YouTube. I think that'll be way better.
YouTube probably. Maybe we can like duo stream, one on your phone, one on my phone, just so that we can because not everybody has. I don't know how live streaming on YouTube works if you don't have premium, because you get ads. So I don't know exactly. We'll figure it all out. But I'm really excited for that too, because you can actually physically see how I feel and the act. Like if you can't hear the disdain in my voice for certain things when I'm describing it, let me tell you what, you can see it every time. I have a really hard time hiding how I feel about things, or you'll just see exactly how excited we are, because it's going to be amazing every time.
I know. I can't wait. All right, so we will be a watch companion for season 2 of Titans.
Yes.
So please join us, and we will be doing that as often as there are episodes.
Once a week, I guess, right?
Yeah. All right. So first, let's talk about Priscilla Chambers. Now, Priscilla Chambers, again, from season 3, and love her. She's since transitioned, and she looks phenomenal.
Yeah, she does.
She looks stunning, but she still has that sort of country white trash edge that she leans into, and I am here for it. I love her story. I love everything about her, and I think that we're really gonna see some. I think like I appreciate her drag so much more now than when I first watched season 3, because I was so distracted by all the fighting.
By all the drama.
But I really love her. I love her story, and I'm very happy to see her come back.
Yeah, me too. I like this look too. The look that she's got on. For those who have not seen it, it's this like bandage dress kind of.
It's like a flesh tone, almost like skin.
Yeah. And it's all bloody, and she's got these like
jeweled to hell and back.
And that blue eye with the red just eats so fucking hard.
And her nails, her jewelry.
Oh my god.
She just looks stunning. Hey, great. Priscilla, I don't know if you'll ever listen to this, but we just love you.
Hey, babe, you look fucking good.
Her hair.
I love that wig, dude.
I know, she is
with the blood drool drip thing.
Feeding the children is what she is doing.
Yeah, she
feeding
looks
the
good.
Children. Love it.
She looks good.
Now let's talk about Disasterina. Now listen, come on now. Disasterina is exactly how Disasterina. Now, what you're not seeing in this picture, in the still picture from their Instagram compared to her moving around in the trailer, it's sheer. You can see a lot of her body through the actual dress itself. So it has this sort of baby doll cut, but it's just chaos. So we don't know if she's like a clown or if she's a doll, but she's bloody and she's dirty and she's very much Disasterina.
She's got horns.
I will also tell you that in the trailer you can see her makeup so much better, and it is killing it. Yeah. It's messy and it's angular, and that is an artist.
Yeah. That's a lot of time.
That's very on brand for Disasterina.
And I love her drag, and I'm
Me too.
I realized earlier I really contradicted myself when we were just talking about this, because I make exceptions for people that I like apparently, but we were talking about Sigourney, and I was saying that she's my favorite look, and Becki was like, well, that's kind of how she always looks, and I was like, yeah, but this is where you pull, this is like the debut, right? So you're doing what you do best. And so I'm realizing that even if I don't particularly like these and whatever, these are what these artists do.
Sure.
This is them, this is their look, it's defining. It doesn't have to, it's not going to be the best look that they do all season, So even though this one isn't particularly my favorite, it does look good.
It looks
good.
Just pure
it's Disasterina,
Love Disasterina. Now let's talk about Loris. Yeah. Now, Loris, I'm going to tell you, I don't know much about Loris's drag outside of Dragula. I haven't that's not a personality I've studied. I will say her makeup is absolutely stunning, and with the contact lenses, I don't know how I feel about this bubblegum candy look.
And I hate the dripping down the neck. It's like all wobbly.
Oh, is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what
now,
it is.
I have seen Loris obviously in other seasons, and I think it's season 1, and she's she's fine.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just
she's iconic.
Yeah, of course.
Iconic to Dragula, and she's also one of the vets,
yeah.
right? So I love her for that. I don't know how I feel about this look.
Yeah, I mean, I know
it doesn't say Dragula to me at all.
No, it doesn't.
But I don't know.
But, you know, and I don't get the foxtails because everything, obviously she's latex, she's Miss Latex. Mm-hmm. So that we get this, like, added texture of these blue tails, and she's not wearing any blue. I don't know. It's something.
There's something going on. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't land for me.
No, it doesn't.
All right. So,
but under it, man.
But I'm excited to see what they produce
of course. Yeah,
throughout the season. I just don't like this initial look.
No.
Now let's talk about La Zavaleta.
Kills.
La Zavaleta's a lot of skin.
Yeah.
Beautiful body, beautiful person. This headdress.
Oh my god. And
this sort of Native American turquoise thing going on. This sort of warrior feeling.
Yeah.
In fucking heels. Did you see that in this trailer?
Dude.
Oh my god. Just unbelievable.
They look amazing.
Yes,
and that face.
She looks beautiful.
That teeny tiny little like look just right in the middle of her face.
But I also like the sort of burned, scorched look that she's got going on. I'm here for it.
Yeah, all over her body. Love it.
Love it. Okay, now let's look at Eva Destruction. Okay. Remember I told you guys before, if you are familiar with Dragula, you will be familiar with Jarvis Hammer. Jarvis Hammer was a drag king who was featured on season 5. Unfortunately left during the rock band challenge, which kind of made me sad because they called his look Thing 1, like very Dr. Seussy. I kind of loved it, but I kind of understood that it was sort of a small in scale. But I think that Jarvis is a small person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think for that silhouette to pop, I just think that he needed something bigger hair, bigger, you know, and they also said that they kind of docked him for the color scheme, that like bright blue against the red satanic. And I get she was like channeling, or pardon me, he was channeling David Bowie. Right. Like but a David Bowie, sort of satanic David Bowie, like, you know, and glam rock, 70s glam rock. And I was here for it. Yeah. I get why they had to go. Yeah. Now, with that said, Jarvis normally is a ghost man. Yes. That's his style of drag. Is that he's usually like ghostly, painted white, and he's like a very Victorian ghost type character, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, it looks good.
And it looks so good.
So
but
fun.
I'm looking at Eva Destruction's costume and look in this
very
ad,
Jarvis.
and I'm gonna tell you something. It looks like Jarvis, but it looks like if Jarvis did female drag. Right. Or female presenting drag.
Or if somebody was trying to dress up like Jarvis for Halloween.
As a woman.
Yeah.
Here's what I will tell you. I love Eva Destruction. I think Eva Destruction has some fierce fucking drag. Yes. Her looks, she came back for Titans 1, and she was also in season 3. And both times, she's a very emotional person. Yes. And that's okay. I'm fine with that. But she is a fierce fucking performer. Yeah, she is. Eva Destruction is actually
an incredible
aesthetically one of my favorite competitors. Yeah. And it's great to see her again, but did we need her again?
And with this as her opening look, I was really disappointed. I'll tell you the thing that drives me nuts the most is her hair. Why is
this wig is bad.
This wig is bad. She's only dead from the roots. You know, she's the bottom of her hair is still alive.
It's like copper at the tips.
Yeah, it's like normal brown, reddish hair, but she only spray painted the top of it white. The makeup, while it's ghostly, is just whatever, you know. And I love this dress. This dress, I think, is beautiful. I think it flows well. Obviously, even in the still, they get the flowing of the dress. Yes. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's but like her hands, the insides of her hands aren't painted well. It's just a little miss for me. And then when you said the Jarvis thing, I was like, why would you choose to be a ghost when one of the most iconic competitors on this show is a ghost all the time?
I'm not even mad about, Jarvis doesn't have the monopoly on being a ghost, obviously. It's just this particular makeup and this particular hair and everything, it's giving Jarvis, but not done as well as Jarvis. Right. And we all know from watching Eva in past episodes that Eva is capable of incredible things.
To say, I just started scrolling through her Instagram. I was like, well, maybe she's doing a ghost thing, and I just don't know about it, but she's not, you know, and so...
This is just for this look.
Yeah, why she chose this, I don't know, but we can move on.
Yeah, it's just not our favorite.
I don't like Frankie's either.
Let's look at Frankie. Now, here's what I'm going to say about Frankie Doom. In the trailer... I dare I even say this because I feel like the Boulets have said this so many times to so many contestants. I feel like her look is very small.
It is very small.
Not in the hair and the makeup department,
but the outfit, you're on a tank
top.
top.
When she's walking in the actual trailer and we're watching her, there's just not much. It's just mesh.
Yeah.
And I think against these other competitors, if you're trying to sell yourself in this trailer, I feel like it is a little bit small.
And it's incredibly forgettable. Like, I kind of forgot about it.
And she's a fierce competitor, too.
And incredibly
also,
fierce.
season 1 vet.
Yes.
You know, we love that.
But when I was really disappointed when I saw it, and I said, ugh, you know, like, I don't necessarily need them to always have boobies, right? That's not this. That's Drag Race. It's not Boulets. They don't always have to have boobies. But when I saw this top, you know, I was like, oh, my God, could you imagine how fucking fierce it would have been to have, like, giant tits, nipples out, like, that, it would have made it at least maybe a little bigger, like you said, where maybe it would have been more shocking, because people are so scared of boobies, apparently, and, you know, nipples, whatever. But yeah, just to do, like, the flat-chested with, like, an early Y2K necklace on, and just cover yourself in some blood, I was really... not super happy about it. And they taped over their actual nipples. Free the nipple, dude.
Yeah, I did see that.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't understand that. I don't know if they did that maybe for... I don't know if they can't show nipples in, like, for ads if they have sponsors. I don't know how that works. Maybe. I don't mind them not wearing breastplates. I think that's very, like, traditional drag. I don't think it's mandatory. I think I think especially when we're speaking to Dragula... Yeah. Again, drag is subjective, and I think if you wear breasts or you don't, because look at Dolly doesn't wear a wig.
No.
And one.
And one,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not saying they have to wear, but I'm saying with this look in particular, I would have loved to see some honkers, dude. I would have loved to see some honkers in this outfit.
The medical term for boobies. Breasts.
Yeah. Dude, I would have loved to see that.
I mean, not everybody can be Coco Kane.
Right,
or Fantasia, for that matter. Fantasia in season 6.
That's true.
So let's look at JK's look. Now, I'm going to start off. I really like JK's look. We kind of talked about it a little bit sooner. It's like this soft haunted mansion blue, like, you know, that teal soft blue that the haunted everyone equates with, like, ghosts in the haunted mansion. It's this beautiful tuxedo dress, and I think it's actually, is it slacks?
It looks like secret pants.
Yeah,
where,
like in
when
the
they're
1940s
standing
or
still,
50s.
You can't tell if it's pants or a skirt.
But it's lined in this blood, this like sort of blood red fabric. I think, and her makeup, her hair, she is wearing headgear for some reason.
I think it's supposed to be like prom night.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That would make sense. Listen, I actually think this look kills. Yeah. I think that she looks amazing. I think that this is the best JK has ever looked, considering she came from a season getting like marks for wearing cardboard.
Yeah.
So maybe we're seeing elevated. JK in this season because she's she's evolved.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see. I know she is the biggest shit stirrer.
Yes.
One of the biggest shit stirrers. She's just she's got a big mouth, and she's obnoxious. She started a lot of fights, and the whole cast pretty much agreed.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm still excited to see her on the show.
Yeah, I am too.
I love the blood spatter.
I love the nails on the gloves. I like that.
The detail is there.
I was just about to say that this is missing no details.
Right.
All the details are there. She has crossed all her T's, dotted all her I's.
The makeup's on point.
Even
too.
like the blood splatter almost tells a story here, where she's not completely covered head to toe.
But the blood spatter is bejeweled, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, look at her face.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
But but I'm saying like the placement of it almost tells a story too.
Yeah.
You know, where it's,
love it.
Because a lot of the time when people fuck up blood splatter, they just throw it and all over you, like, and it's all different directions. this blood splatter is perfect to me. It's the perfect amount. It's right where it should be.
Yeah, and there's
I love it.
I think it's sparkly.
Yeah, it's bedazzled.
It looks really good. All right,
Here we
along.
Go.
Now, see, you and I do not agree on this one.
I know.
I love Abora. I fucking love this little gremlin of a person. First of all, Abora is adorable out of drag.
Right.
Absolutely a cutie pie.
Right.
I get that she's sort of this polarizing... I get it. Yes. She's this polarizing personality. She is from season 1 originally, or probably season 2 originally. She started off as kind of a whiny little bitch. She gave Bitch Puddin', who wound up winning season 2, by the way. There was a spat between them that happened prior to them coming to Dragula. So they knew each other before. And then we saw Abora again.
Titans 1.
In Titans 1. Now, Abora, it seems to be the center of always something happening.
Always. God,
so
always.
in Titans 1, there was a love triangle between Abora, Hoso Teratoma, and Astrid.
Yes.
I'm going to say this right now, and maybe Astrid is an amazing human in real life. I don't know this person, obviously, and I don't want to be too judgy because we don't know how people are. But the Boulets kind of pride themselves on, look, if you don't want to be portrayed that way, don't act like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we're not going to
absolutely.
edit things to make you look a certain way.
Right.
And that makes me think that Astrid is really like that.
Right.
And when I say like that, I mean like...
toying with everybody's feelings.
It's not even that. It's just unlikable.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but
yeah.
And like I said, if I were sitting next to Astrid in real life and I could have a conversation with her and I could
yeah.
And I do think she's a fierce competitor.
Yes.
I do think that her drag was phenomenal, but it's also hit and miss. So when Astrid's drag is either on point or it's absolute way off. Yeah. And we know that she had that meltdown because she didn't win the and she blamed Sigourney.
Yeah.
For that loss on season 4.
Yeah.
But there was this whole thing between Hoso and Astrid on their season, and then of course we saw it on Titans.
Yeah.
And then there was the added Abora in there. I do believe that was Hoso's fault. I'm sorry.
I agree.
Because wasn't Hoso supposed to have a partner outside of the season? And then she was like...
I don't do well with relationship drama.
What I'm going to tell you.
I just can't even
I don't care because Hoso is so fucking gorgeous.
That's true.
Hoso is so gorgeous. And she brought looks that I have never seen.
Yeah.
Hoso is a fierce artist. And lately, I've looked up her drag. She's a lot more femme presenting now.
Yeah, I saw that.
But, because I'm assuming... like maybe she's further on in transition or just like the evolution of Hoso. Just what she's doing. Either way, I will always love Hoso Teratoma. And I'm still shocked that she has not won something.
I
know.
Like,
you know what I mean? Because Hoso is fucking fierce.
Yeah. I'm not a huge Abora fan. Again,
but Hoso lost to Dali. Yeah.
That's a hard
Yeah.
That's a hard one.
Well, Dolly nailed it.
Yeah, I know.
Just Dolly.
I know.
And I didn't speak to this before. I met Dolly. Dolly is one of the people that I met at Midsummer Scream. What a doll. Yeah. And no pun intended. But Dolly was just the sweetest, kindest person, and I think we saw a lot more humbleness. I think that Dolly ate a lot of humble pie. Yeah. I think that she's been through a lot, or I don't know what pronouns we're using for Dolly.
But just in drag, we'll call them.
I would say maybe probably, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What a wonderful human they seem to be now. I think that and then to be awarded that win, I think really, and I really felt like they deserved it. Yeah. Like truly. Yeah. You know, and I think that is a perfect success story for someone that has risen from the ashes like a phoenix. You know, I really look at Dolly in that way. Having to overcome a lot, you know, physical illnesses and some hard times, and then not everybody gets to come back from. So I'm assuming when you speak to this, it's an emo band that he was in.
Yeah, it's like a MySpace band. They're called Blood on the Dance Floor. They make incredibly sexualized pop emo music. Right. It's like techno screamo-esque.
So what I was gonna say is coming from a time when things go viral on the internet, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, MySpace back then, it's hard to come back from that once
from not being that person forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
especially
what I mean. From not being marked that person.
Especially
forever.
with the crimes that his band is involved with.
Sure.
Which not that I'm worried about us getting demonetized as people who aren't making any money, but if you want to go and look that up, you can. I don't suggest it. But his bandmate is a horrible human being. And I mean terrible. And I know he definitely put Dolly through some things. And so even, like you said, he has kind of risen from the ashes. You get to look at Dolly as a different person. As somebody who was like wrapped up in that culture at the time. The MySpace, the emo, I was never a Blood on the Dance Floor fan. It was not my genre. And I really disliked the people. Even for somebody like me who has a really hard time separating him from that era. Like I said, I am still a fan. He was able to really turn my opinion around on him. Because there are even sometimes still where I just think of him as that person. But when we got to see him, like you said, eat that humble pie and just become this better
human.
What
a difference, too, from his behavior from season 2.
Yeah.
We're coming back to Dolly.
I know. Sorry,
Abora.
Dolly. We really like you.
Yeah, we love Dolly. But I did want to share that experience because Dolly was so
Anyways,
lovely.
we can get back to
Abora.
My dislike for Abora.
So you dislike Abora.
I don't like Abora.
Quite love... I understand that Abora is the center of a lot of drama.
So much just nonsense.
And I get... But there is this sort of awkward chaos about Abora that I really love. I'm not even so sure. Well, I was going to say, I wasn't so sure that some of it wasn't intentional, but I think some of it absolutely is intentional.
Of course.
Because there's just this little gremlin, in the corner, plotting. And there's something about that I love.
Oh, I can't.
I will watch Abora. Also... Let's also talk about Abora's look, okay?
Right.
So,
I'm not a fan.
I'm
a clown person. I love clowns.
I love it. I love in the trailer when the Boulets say "Meet our monsters" and you just see Abora coming out. And they get that close up on her face with the eyes and everything. I just think it's very impactful, and the scale of her drag is very big. Phenomenal. And and I get she's kind of a one trick pony with the nose and everything.
That's what I don't like.
And that's what we have seen in the past. And here's what I will say: I will always root for Abora quietly somewhere in my own little heart. You know what I mean? For this little gremlin to finally win something. And also, I recognize that they have a problem adapting their drag to the challenges, because that's been something that the judges have critiqued her for
every time we've seen her,
and that's really why they've gone home so many times now in both the seasons prior. Is because they just I believe. I think the most they adapted was when they did the Scream Queen challenge in the second season, and she wasn't wearing the nose, and she was just, you know what I mean.
And it was a good look.
I mean, it was very simple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But back then, also, most of the drag was a little bit more simple than it is now. I do say I still find her incredibly entertaining. I do think that she has a unique style of drag, although it is just that.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see if Abora can actually break out of that and really bring something different to these challenges this season.
I would love to see something new from her.
But with a personality like JK and a personality like Abora, I'm really excited to see how this is going to go.
And Cynthia Doll in the background of all of this. It's going to be a shit show.
Holy crap. We haven't even gotten to Cynthia yet.
I know, I love it.
Oh my god, we're spending so much time.
Next.
This is going to be a longer episode,
guys. Sorry, guys. There's a lot here.
There's a lot.
How many people? 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people.
Wow.
Who we all love and have seen many times. So next.
So the next one we don't know much about is Jaharia.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we know her from season 5. I feel like she was a little quieter than most people. I love her drag. She always has kind of the white face and that sort of sweet clown
face.
Almost harlequin-y that she brings to her looks. I love this look. I think it's phenomenal. It doesn't really tell me anything.
No, and
I like the colors.
I love the colors.
Is she a monster? Is she the Statue of Liberty?
Yeah, what
I don't
the fuck
really know. Is she
it?
a bat? Like, I don't know.
And I don't remember what the bottom of it looks like. I don't remember if we ever see, like, what shoe she's wearing.
Legs,
I think it's just legs and a pair of, like, pleasers.
But we know how the Boulets feel about those chunky club kid shoes. I know.
Don't wear club kid shoes if you can't walk in your club kid shoes.
Well, no, they just don't like them, period.
And I agree with them, but especially if you can't walk in them. Yes. Oh, dude, that's a cardinal sin.
So, Jaharia, I'm excited to see what you bring in. Yeah. There's eyeballs all over the... I actually quite like that.
Is she like an octopus?
I think she's a monster.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the eyeballs. It's like lizardy, dragony, monstery eyeballs. I do like the scale of the headdress, though. I think she looks phenomenal. I don't know what's going on with this outfit. I do like it.
Yeah, it is very good
and I'm excited to see what else Jaharia can bring. I do believe she's also kind of one of those sweet people that doesn't really like get into a lot of drama.
Which is scary for this season because you've got a lot.
There's a lot of big personalities.
Drama.
Now we have Jade Jolie. Speaking of personalities.
God,
now Jade,
I love this. I know you don't love it as much as I do.
It's not that I don't love it. I think she looks stunning.
Well, she looks hot, dude.
Jade looks absolutely
God, she looks fucking hot
beautiful. Here's what I'm going to tell you, though. I just don't think it's enough.
Yeah, it's missing the horror aspect of it.
To me, she just looks like Maleficent blonde. Yeah. I mean, it's stunning.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
What am I? It looks like
where's the Dragula here?
I'm seeing an edgy drag race queen.
Yeah.
Now, I know that she's gotten a lot of shit before about that, about being too glam. And, you know, she got into quite a bit of argument. She would fought with Betty, Bitter Betty, and she fought with...
I don't remember anybody's names.
Mary Sherry.
Scary Mary?
No. But
I don't know. You'll have to
Mary,
look that one up.
but Mary got in a fight with everybody, basically. And then it was kind of sad because Jade and I love Betty, by the way.
Yeah.
I love Betty. I still watch her content with her husband, and they make little southern, like, they cook together, and it is the cutest. They are the cutest. And I think Betty was way more fierce than given credit for. So, yeah, I think that Betty didn't get enough credit for some of her drag. I thought her drag was pretty fierce as well.
Yeah.
But I do like her little content with her husband now. It's super cute. So moving on from Jade, we are going to talk about Cynthia Doll.
My fucking girl, dude.
Cynthia is so fun. She's just so pure fun. Like, there's nothing else better. She's just so much fun.
Yeah.
I will say this, like, she's also a fierce competitor. She came up with some amazing looks for season. Again, season 5.
Yeah.
And I do believe also she had one of the grossest, like, fright feats or, like, challenges. She had to, like, put her makeup on in a dirty, filthy outhouse.
Oh, I remember that. Oh, yeah, the porta potty or whatever it was. Ugh. And they, like, locked her in there. Yeah.
Yes, it was a curse that she got from,
But the way that she was talking while locked in that porta potty was so fucking funny, dude.
She's hilarious.
Oh, my God. She's so funny.
And I love her little talking heads, too, when she's talking shit about everybody else. But she's actually one of my favorites from that season, and she's just a lot of fun. We see her making appearances in other seasons as kind of like the host of the Fright Feats and stuff like that, and she just delivers.
Yeah.
Season 6.
Yeah.
Yes, she's in season 6. She does the trivia with Asia Consent.
That's right.
And Asia, of course, we love Asia.
I love Asia Consent, and this look,
like the
I'm a fan. Like the continent,
which is mandatory. I love
very
her.
funny.
She's so cute. But I'm excited. Okay, let's talk about Cynthia Doll's look in her little.
Love it.
I think it's great. It's denim.
It's all denim. And when she walks in that trailer, dude, first off, her walk
fierce as fuck.
Yes. And the way that she, like, moves her shoulders and this whatever.
I could watch it all day.
I could watch it on repeat. All day. The way this outfit moves, or she is moving this outfit. Let me give her the credit for this outfit.
And there's so much chaos in the outfit. Like, I don't even know what's going on.
I don't know what I'm looking at, and I like it. I like that I cannot.
I love the blue and the hot pink, and then the burnt edges on the hem.
And this
her makeup is very.
She's like a pig. Like, what is
that's
this?
That's her signature nose thing.
Is
she
it?
does that.
I can't remember.
She does it. That's her signature look.
The hair, love it. Looks great.
She's like a goth punk rock Trixie Mattel, but like.
Yeah, the eyes are very Trixie.
Hell.
Yeah, she just.
I
looks
love her little dimple piercing. She's just a doll. She is a doll. I actually do love her.
Like, I love that you can't even tell where her hands are. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to distinguish.
Right. I just love everything.
Oh, she looks great.
The hair, the spikes. I just love it. You're right. Yeah. The way she walks into the camera down the street in the trailer makes my it just makes me so happy.
Yeah.
I get the goosebumps.
She looks, just great.
Phenomenal. Okay, now let's move on to Dahlia Black. Okay, couple things. Number one, I don't think she's wearing all this in the trailer.
I don't think so either.
Because in the trailer, honestly, I love you, Dahlia. I think you're beautiful, and your drag is phenomenal. And I will say, though, in the trailer, it looks like you're just wearing a plastic bra.
Yeah, it doesn't look...
It doesn't move right with her body. And Dahlia's so stunning.
Yeah, she's got a... talking
Dahlia,
about body, yaddy, yaddy, she's got a great body,
yeah, she
you
does.
know?
She's absolutely...
I love this face piece. I think it's really fun. I don't particularly like the makeup. I think she could have gone better there.
I do. I love it. But, you know, she does that double eye thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes. But, I think she really understands that she understands how to do that to make it effective.
To make the actual,
yes.
to make it, like you said, the effect work, you know? Yes. But yeah, she's definitely not wearing this,
femme. Just.
Yeah.
It's not her best look.
No. It looks really good in the still.
Yeah.
But when you watch her and the way that she's moving in it, it's not fluid. It looks very clanky. Again, you can tell that it's like foam. It's like EVA foam or something.
Yeah, it's something.
That she has molded into these like
I do love this wig though.
I love this wig. That's what I'm saying. I like the headpiece and the
Masters
wig.
of Universe She-Ra 80s like
she's got
villain.
The power. Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing. I'm actually really excited to see Dahlia as well. All right, let's move on to Blackberry. Let me tell you something. I just watched season 5.
Right, again.
And she made the top 4 for season 5. Beautiful drag. And to the point where she's so meticulous about detail.
Yeah.
Some of the looks that she came up with in her season were phenomenal. And that's what got her to the top.
Yeah.
That is what pushed her to the top. And the Boulets were very smart to put her there. I think she's very unique in her drag. I don't quite understand this look. I love it, but I don't understand what's going on.
I don't love it. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't love it. It's one of those again where like you said, I don't get it.
I think it looks better
and
in motion.
Really don't. I know that like chunky necklaces are a thing again, and that it's like coming back.
I love chunky necklaces.
I know you do. I'm not a huge fan of it, and so I don't know. It's kind of one of these things where there's a lot going on, but not in the way that it works for Cynthia Doll.
Got it. Okay. I'm trying to like articulate here what I'm looking at. It's a lot of red PVC. It looks like, and like a black latex or a black vinyl.
Yeah.
Corset top. I love the chunky necklace. I think it looks amazing. I love that she's a bearded queen. I love that too.
I do love that. Yeah, her face eats.
Her face looks beautiful. I've seen better makeup on her. I will tell you that. I don't understand. That's all. But I don't have to.
Right.
It's not for me to understand.
Visually, and this is another one where it looks better in the trailer, not so much in the photos.
And some of them look better in the photos
than they do in the trailer.
That's true, yeah.
So you definitely need to watch both, but this is another one that when she's moving, it looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
It doesn't look so great in these still photos.
Right.
But these like red things that are around her whenever she's moving her body and the way that they move with it, it is much more visually like
it's
pleasing,
fun to watch.
Than just the still photo.
All right. Well, can't wait to see Blackberry. Now we're gonna talk about Sigourney Beaver. Sigourney's look in the trailer is very Sigourney. She's wearing a gold dress. It has bat wings, and she's wearing this amazing like 4-foot black
huge wig.
Her makeup is very Sigourney.
Yeah, God, it looks good.
And big chunky jewelry. This is very on brand for Sigourney. I think that we're seeing though, and this is what I worry about. I'm very happy to see Sigourney coming back. Here's what I worry about with her though. It's that same silhouette that we saw all season long. When I first watched her season, which again is one of my favorite seasons because we've got Hoso, we've got Sigourney, we've got Dolly, all the good guys are in season 4. The one thing that I'm a little disappointed about when I watched, when I first consumed that season, Sigourney to me was top.
Yeah.
Period.
Just like looking at her, you go, oh,
I was like, that's it. Yeah. And just the way she approached every single challenge, she was very polished, very organized, very put together, and she got so much shit from other contestants. And I kind of have a hard time believing that it wasn't because she's the first cis woman to be in drag in this world, in this competition.
Right.
And I feel like they were giving her jabs and they were kind of coming for her a little bit.
Yeah.
Like a lot, actually.
A lot.
You know what I mean? They talked a lot of trash about her. And I feel like she took a lot of hits, and literally, like, she even said at some point, it was like, I'm just existing.
Yeah, like
I'm just here existing, and it pissed people off.
Yeah.
And I think she's right about that.
She is.
As much as I love the other competitors in that season, I think maybe it was like a moment like, why is she here?
Right.
Does she deserve to be here? It was almost like a hazing, if you will.
That's the word
you know
I was looking for. I was like, what's the word that I'm looking for? Hazing. Yeah.
You know,
seeing
and
if
so,
she is
she
tough enough, to do
and she
this.
absolutely does.
1,000%.
And she definitely earned that time. She is graceful. She is full of, she's, you know, everything with the poise, and she's an entertainer, and you could just, she owns the stage. She takes up the right amount of space on stage. She nailed every lip sync. I mean, a
performer.
She was through and through. She's a showman. Yeah. Through and through.
Yeah.
And I love her personality, and she's just absolutely adorable out of drag. I just want to just put her in my little pocket. I want to be her so
She's
like this little elf of cuteness.
Dude, I want to be this woman so bad.
Yeah, she's absolutely beautiful.
Everything about her.
I would see her. I would watch her do anything.
Almost anything.
Almost anything. But again, like Abora, they have this look, right? They have these signature looks, and we know that the Boulets are not asking you to abandon your signature look. They're asking you to adapt the look to different things. Right. And she did nail it most of the time, but we did see that same hourglass or that sort of mermaid silhouette in almost everything she does. I'd love to see her just break out of that a little bit more, and I'd love to see her just bring something completely different to the table. Yeah. You know?
This is one of those that it makes it hard to not like root for her, like even when she does bad, you know, even
I don't think
even when
like quote unquote
bad. Yeah. I'm saying bad when it comes to the competition, not to the look again.
Yes.
Even when she maybe doesn't hit the nail on the head when it comes to, you know, certain competitions, it's so hard to just not love everything that she does.
I totally agree.
It's so hard for me, and
she's a fan
call me a hypocrite. You know what, you guys, you can tell me in the comments that I'm a big hypocrite because I don't like Abora because she does the same thing over and over again.
But I will say this. You haven't really mentioned that you actually sew and you design things. True. Erinn makes a lot of clothes. She makes clothes for the dog. She makes clothes for herself. Like this, I feel like Sigourney, and when I watch Sigourney, I feel like this is someone right up your alley.
This is a person. Like you said, you would watch her do anything. Yeah. I do watch her do everything. Yeah. You know, I am. If I could be a fly in her house for a day, I would. You know, the way that. And again, it's not just her craftsmanship, but the way that she carries herself, the way that she presents her art. Yeah. Oh, dude, I wish I had an ounce of her skill. I love her. Yeah. I love her so much.
Yeah, I do too. I really do
I want to be her friend so bad.
I know. And there's so many of these contestants I would love to be.
Oh my god.
I'm such a stan for all of them.
She is one of these, like, when I was watching Dragula for the first time, I thought this is really cool, but when I watched her season, I said this is the best thing ever. This is the best thing television has ever created. You know?
Yeah, and I think that's sweet. I think that's really sweet. I think that she is someone to look up to. Yeah. I think that she is someone that young people can look up to, you know, in this alternative scene, and you know, I think that she fits into that world very well. Yeah. And I love her high glam. I mean, she's super high glam. Yeah. And she does it very, very well. And I loved every look that she really came up with. I think that little things I could see, like maybe like when she was doing her, I think it was either her filth look or her horror look, where she had like pustules on her. They just weren't done super, like the edges of her prosthetics weren't great. Right. And I mean, but who cares? Like,
but also like these people are coming back to do better because they are better.
That's what I'm saying.
So
absolutely.
I'm hoping.
Well, look at Victoria.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect example. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So, well, just to put my thoughts on the cast in general into one, the people I am most excited for, of course, my queen, Sigourney Weaver. I will say, even though Abora does get on my everlast loving nerve, I am excited to see the drama she's going to cause.
I still love Abora.
Of course, I'm very excited to see Priscilla Chambers again for some reason. That one.
Not for some reason.
I know, but for some reason that's one that just really stuck out to me. And then of course Cynthia. I'm excited. She is one of these people that like I really would have liked to have sound bites of her. Yeah, you know, she's so funny in these little bites. I just love
Cynthia
her.
Doll.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
And because normally I'm a no nonsense kind of person.
Yeah, that's right.
I know, but I love her.
You're not the fun police for Cynthia Doll,
dude,
though.
Whatever fun she produces, because it's just so wacky. She's so out of wacky. There.
But she's also like, I don't know. I would love to hang out with her.
I don't think I can make it hanging out with her.
She doesn't drink.
I know that, but I don't think I can make it hanging out with her. But I really do like having her in bite-sized pieces.
So here's what I'm going to tell you again. You know, I grew up with my chosen family was very much steeped in the queer community.
Yeah.
And it started for me in junior high and high school. And I am so very grateful to my LGBTQ friends and chosen family. And I have to say this, like, I don't want to get, like, too deep into this, but what these people are doing, what these artists are doing right now, and the Boulets providing this platform is so incredibly important
right
to
now,
these
for
people.
Sure.
Yeah. And it's really, really important for us to support them.
I agree.
So even though we critique...
Of
and
course.
we have our little opinions, I want to say that universally, I love each and every one of these
1,000%.
contestants. And I know what they're going through right now is really tough with the world the way it is. And I just want to say personally that I really love and appreciate every one of you. And it's hard for me to talk about it without getting choked up.
Yeah, it's scary. It's a scary time. Yeah. And for you and I, while we are both cis white women, we don't maybe feel the level of fear that they are going through, that these people are going through right now, but I feel the fear that my loved ones are. You know, these are people that I love, these are our community, these are artists that we worship and adore.
But this is also a community that nurtured me, and I do feel straight up fear for them, and I feel sad for them, and I cry for them a lot. And I just want to say to each and every one of them, thank you for being so brave to come on, this show during this political climate and society the way it is. I cannot talk about Dragula and these artists without saying, without recognizing their bravery and how wonderful they all are for doing this. Not just, eating cockroaches or jumping out of an airplane.
But these are people who are putting themselves
what
in
they're
front
facing
of
is
mainstream
much scarier.
Media while we're living through this time where these people are being targeted, you know, because that's what's happening.
And like I said, what they're going through on a day-to-day basis is so much scarier than a fright feed.
Yeah, 1,000%.
So, thank you to all of you. I don't assume any of them will be listening.
Right, of course.
But
if for some reason
you happen to,
or if for some reason we take off and somebody's like, hey, by the way, they did this forever ago. We love you.
We will always support you. And part of us doing this series and starting off our project by doing watch parties and supporting Dragula, I think that's a great place for us to start and really set the pace and the tone for who we are. Exactly.
And what we stand for and the people that we support.
These are the kind of people growing up. I'm older now. Obviously, I'm old enough to be most of these people's mothers. But I will say that growing up, these are the people that molded me and helped me through a tough time when I had a hard time at home. And again, having my deep connections in West Hollywood. And I still have friends that live in Los Angeles, West Hollywood area. And I know how tough that can be as well.
Yeah.
So my hat is off to all of you for coming back and doing it again.
Godspeed, dude.
Thank you again to the Boulets for providing such a wonderful platform. I will be posting my Boulet stuff on TikTok. Maybe I'll just do a whole video on that and kind of give you guys my little stories about meeting them in person. If you guys want to watch that, and keep an eye out, follow us on Sisterly Frights.
Let us know in the comments who you're most excited for.
Yeah, who are you excited for? Who would you have liked to have seen come back?
We never even got to that. Maybe we can do another.
Well, we're going to be doing a series. We've already talked about this for an hour and a half.
Where we can talk about the people we wish we would have seen. We'll come back to that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
But we did want to give that little shout out to Night of the Reaper.
Yeah.
And then, of course, much more Dragula content to come. So
As much as you guys want it,
this is the longest episode we've ever had, an hour and a half. We're going to wrap it up now by saying watch Titans 2 Dragula. It is debuting in October.
I think October 7th, which is so soon, but I want it to be tomorrow. I want it to be right now.
We're going to arrange, see if we can arrange watch parties. We will be, again, posting content. We will be having our podcast episodes regarding Dragula Titans, so stay tuned if you are a fan. Other than that, we will be producing some more stuff in the future with some guests and stuff coming up for spooky season, which I've said before. Anyway, thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between for listening to us spooky friends. This is the latest episode of Sisterly Frights. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.